Hello everyone! So we are in the heat of summer here in Fukuoka. It is really hot, humid, and muggy, and even though we're in the middle of the night right now, which is why I'm filming this, it is still so humid. So I have finally purchased a fan for myself to carry around and keep cool, because even with the air conditioning, it's not enough. That aside, I realize while I've done a lot of social media posts about Fukuoka and talked about it a bit, I haven't really dedicated a post yet to my wonderful city that I call home here in Japan. So I wanted to just show you a couple compilations of footage that I've taken throughout the last 3 months of being here. I came in late April, so April to May, June, July. Yeah, so I've been here for a little over 3 months now, which is crazy to think about. So I wanted to actually show you the city that I'm living in. A brief little tidbit about Fukuoka. It used to traditionally be two different cities. So we had Hakata and Fukuoka. So the main subway station that the bullet train Shinkansen will come into is Hakata Station. So there's still a lot of like Hakata, even though the two cities have now combined together into just Fukuoka, you'll see a lot of reference to Hakata, and like festivals will have the Hakata name, and again, that like neighborhood is a really big part of the city. Fukuoka itself is on the southernmost island in Japan, so Japan has 5 main islands, I guess also counting Okinawa, but Kyushu is the southernmost of those main islands, so it's a little bit farther removed from a lot of the other major cities, has a warmer temperature. Along with that, people say that the people themselves are a bit warmer, meaning more friendly, laid back, and not as much of the crazy hustle and bustle that you'll find on Honshu, which is the main island, which I kind of like. In addition to that, Fukuoka is on the coast, which I guess being in Japan, that's not that hard to do, but it's not mainland. So it has a ton of wonderful beaches and ports, but then if you go inland, it also can get really mountainous as well. So there's lots of great hiking, both inland with mountains and coastal hiking. Fukuoka itself is a city of 1.5 million people, so it's a substantial city. I read online that it is the 6th largest city in Japan, which of course it's nowhere near the size of Tokyo or Osaka, but it's still kind of up there with the other big cities like Kobe. I'm blanking on some of the other ones, Kyoto. Even Kyoto's I think much smaller. So it is a pretty big city. It has all the nature, which really drew me to it, as well as like all the cultural aspects. There's museums here. Of course, I don't get to experience any festivals this year, but usually there's festivals, there's nightlife, there's tons of restaurants. It's known to be a foodie scene, so lots of good food. One of the foods that Fukuoka is known for is called Hakata ramen. So again, with the Hakata name, it's a ramen that is more, it has like a milky looking broth, so it's like a thicker, porkier broth. I think it's pretty good. I've tried it a couple times. Fukuoka is also known specifically for its yatai food stands. So if you go out at night, you'll see all these street cart vendors pop up with these food stands that you can just walk to on the sidewalk and sit down. And that's specifically known in Fukuoka. You can't find that in other cities. So I think there's a lot of things that make Fukuoka really unique, and I've enjoyed being here. I think one of the other reasons that I chose being here, aside from the big cities like Tokyo and Osaka, again, which most people ask me, why didn't you just go there? Is I thought that Fukuoka is much more of it's like authentically Japan, so you get a lot of tourists and people passing through some of the more largely major cities, but people who come to Fukuoka, it's more specifically for a reason, and the people here, they're here to stay, so it's a more tight-knit community. The other expats that I've met, you know, people come here to put down roots and to stay and to really get involved in the community, which I think is a lot nicer than, you know, seeing people who just leave the next week or something like that. So that was another thing that really drew me to being here. And you don't have to deal with crowds of tourism and things like that. Specifically also now, given the situation, things have not really been crowded or crazy, which is good. So all of those things combined, I've really been, you know, I specifically requested to come to Fukuoka, so it wasn't by happen chance. I did a lot of research into deciding on this city, and upon being here, I am really happy that this is the place that I get to call home in Japan. So hopefully by seeing my footage and hearing about all of my adventures in Fukuoka, I'll maybe get some people to come and visit me. But otherwise, if you can't make it to Japan, enjoy a couple of the clips that I have to highlight this wonderful city here.